Hey, muy buenos días, everyone. I hope everybody's doing well, blessed, and enjoying family. Bueno, mi gente, como siempre, muchísimas gracias to everyone for you guys' great support, words, and most importantly, you guys' prayers. Here, I'm gonna upload this. It's one I recorded before. It's just I've been trying to put something together for you guys, but the last day or so, my thrombosis in my lungs acted up, so but it's just part of, God knows best and I'm okay with it. But to keep in touch with you, I want this one to be here with you guys, so I'm gonna upload it. Again, I hope everybody's doing as best as God desires alongside family. Gracias and do please if you're new, like and subscribe. My love to everyone.
Muy buenas noches to everyone. I hope everybody's doing well, blessed, and enjoying family. Now, before I start, I want to show my appreciation again to each one of you that took a minute or two out of your day to extend kind words and you guys' prayers my way. They really do mean a lot. And when I say I don't have the words to express myself, I truly mean that. I'm kind of like a little idiot when it comes to expressing myself in this sort of thing. But do know from the heart, muchas gracias a todos, and likewise, my prayers are with you guys and your families. Okay, now for the topic on hand. Well, I've been seeing lately about the Pili Sleepy Huerta, and I have a little story on him and a good camarada that I thought was scandalous on his part, to say the least. But I think it's a really good one. Cause it addresses why I came on here. The reason why I came on here, which is to open that little window to glance in on a dirty yard and how camaradas they're indispensable. At the end of the day, you could be doing everything right for one individual when the next man gets jealous and he can't hurt that individual, so he goes after what he can, which is camaradas. So with this, please allow me to start. I want to start off with when I was in Ironwood, there was few camaradas from Wilma's, and not to minimize any of them, but one stood out. He was real famous. He, he looked a little weird. I'll keep it straight with you guys. But at the end of the day, he was famous. He was not in the mix like that yet, but that's where his angle was. He wanted to head that route. Just some individuals, they're born in that life, or they're introduced to it real young. Some like myself, basically get put by destiny in that situation, which I'm thankful now to Raul. And some are just looking for the glory in that, or at least in the glory that we're full to believe that's there. But anyways, they called him Psycho, from Eastside Wilma's. He was like I stated, a good camarada. I remember when we had a riot with the hermanos. He was with it. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Homeboy carried himself with respect, and when you took laps with camaradas, he knew it was a different time. He basically knew how to separate one thing from the next, which is rare. It's really rare because mostly, you run across all this high power political individuals and they're always in that aspect, they're always in that zone where they're always with their chest pumped up right. They don't got the room to play. They think they're above camaradas, but in my experience, the ones that stick out or that stick the longest, you know, in the causa or in the program, are the ones that know how to separate one thing from the next. But anyways, this was the case with Psycho. He was good. I remember at one time we actually we did a movida there, in Ironwood, which I won't put out here on blast because we were able to get away with it. I'll just leave it at that. But I remember he got put in a bad situation in Ironwood because he had a celly, from 18th Street, and his celly like using dope, a lot. Which I spoke with the camarada like real good, and I used to tell him like, hey, ponte las pilas, you're about to hit the streets, no quieres salir all prendido and stuff, just but it's just like talking to a wall, when somebody is on that black, it's just there's no common sense. But anyways, just one night, some Holly came in, and I don't know if it was a good Holly or it just had bad in it, but homeboy overdosed. Now, when homeboy overdosed, they took Psycho with him, and I really thought they were gonna release him like right away, cause Psycho didn't use, so I didn't see them trying to pin anything on him. But that wasn't the case, I know he was back there for a few months, and I'm not really positive where he went. Then time went by, and I did what I did in Ironwood and moved on, and you know years passed. Now I'm sitting in Pelican Bay in the short corridor, and the Pili Huerta's there, and I heard a lot of things about him, and in that aspect where he was really your servant. He wasn't one that real quiet. He was real quiet, and those are the dangerous ones. The ones that are just looking and maintaining quiet. But at the same time, if you're on the mix, you knew the type of movements he was doing or he was capable of doing. But anyways, as I stated, Psycho, yeah, that's what he wanted. He wanted to be someone to put his neighborhood on the map. So that it reached the streets that he was doing something proper inside. In his head, which was what I thought too at that time. So we all go through this. I ain't just pointing this towards Psycho. It's something that is ingrained in us, and we think it's something good, or something we should do, when in reality it's just a bunch of BS. It's just something that we're brainwashed to think, and anyways, he popped up, he popped up and he was there. I don't recall really if he was there for a pegada on an individual, a camarada, or a riot. I would be lying if I told you exactly what it was. But anyways, he picked up the hole, and he had the keys for the hole, and he ended up getting validated. So he ended up there with us. Now, when he hit up there, Toñito and some other Pili, they were helping him appeal that, appeal his validation, because I guess they didn't really have grounds to keep him back there. But in the meantime, you could tell that for some reason, the old man Huerta, he really didn't like Psycho, and it had to do with Psycho messing a lot with Toñito. Now I don't recall if Psycho was working on the linea for Toñito or what, but at this time there was already rumors and talk about Toñito, and about people wanting to remove him. And it's what happens, that even when they reach that pinnacle, even if they're homeboys from the same barrio, they start trying to step on each other, man. All that homie love is out the window, and it's a shame, for in this case, Sleepy and Toñito, they were at one point they came from the same spot, but at this time, I know Sleepy was one of the ones pressing the issue on him the most. But anyways, what it came down to, that we get a yearly package back there. We're allowed to get a 30-pound package, and Homeboy Psycho, he got his package. I remember, for those that don't know, when you get a package out there, basically they put everything in cups. They bring it to your cell, they open up the food tray area, and they open it up outside your cell, and then they start putting everything in cups, which is everything, literally everything, cookies, candy, whatever. They're not going to give you plastic, and they're not going to give you none of that. So anyways, they started doing, and you could actually see pretty good to the side of the cells, and I guess Sleepy was keeping an eye on what Homeboy was receiving, and I think he saw something he liked, and when it came to, you know, Psycho, he basically broke off everybody. He broke them off with whatever he thought. He showed love, period. He don't have to, but he did, And, you know, Huerta wasn't happy with it, man. The Pili, he wanted a certain type of thing, and I guess Homeboy, he waited a whole year to get something like that, so he wasn't willing to give it out, which is his right, It came from his loved ones. There's no need for him to give out anything, And as you guys see recently on everything that's happening with them, and how they treat camaradas, how they punk camaradas, because it ain't even about treating them no more, it's punking them straight up. As you could see from here years back before they even hit the main line, Sleepy was already trying to press that line as so, and anyways, he got mad, and we came out to shower, remember, and whatever Psycho shot him out of love, he basically threw back in his cell, and he said gracias, homie, and just walked off and showered, which nobody really thought anything of it, Time passed, and Psycho beat his validation. He ended up going to Centinela, and in Centinela, I remember it just came back, that they were waiting for him already. That was the problem, Psycho, out of respect, as a camarada, he used to inform the Pilis where he's headed in case there's you know, any amapilis or anything that has to go towards that way, and he's on that road, he could get it there, And by the time he got there, they were waiting on him on their false palabra, to be sincere, because it got put out there, I guess, that he disrespected Sleepy. Uh, and at this moment, when all the Pilis were sitting in the shoe, that's all they needed, to whack you and remove you. So, anyways, he hit the main line the minute he got off Reds. They whacked him, removed him, and he tried to come back thinking it was just a chequeada and trying to find out why. I remember from the audio he was writing Toñito to figure out what was going on, but at this time Toñito, he was in a different pot, so he wasn't getting no answers from Sleepy, and he came back out. They hit him again, and they left him no choice but to piece it up. And this is just a glimpse on how this individual is. He's just one out of many that He don't care. He don't care about camaradas. He don't care that they're from the same town. At the end of the day, if you're working for another pili, then you're just an obstacle to him. It's just somebody. You're just somebody that's helping another pili make money, and that's not good because they're power hungry. I'm the one that's supposed to be here and be doing the most. Have the most soldados, have more palabra, all that we're equal and stuff, man. Yeah, that's what comes out from teeth, from mouth. But at the end of the day, they sit back there, and all of them want to have more power than the next man. They want to have more money. They gotta have more food for that vein. It's a trip, And the reason I decided to come on here and speak about it is because I seen boy Tony he actually spoke about this, and it's just funny, This individual was sitting back there when he made the mesa system, and he was amplifying a whole bunch of new rules and regulations, supposedly for the causa, and it's just funny how constantly. Let's just concentrate on him. He's constantly violating the same rules that he holds sureños to uphold. For example, going up into committee and saying that he's no longer active in La M. Man, first and foremost, if a sureño goes in committee and admits to committee that he's a sureño and it's on paper that he said that, he's done. Second of all, saying that he he left being a sureño, is you're gone. They're gonna cut that jugular, period. But he's a pili, he could do it, right? And then he can use and abuse sureños. I mean, I wish all raza would open their eyes. This includes norteños. I mean, look at the BS. That you can't even have constant visits with your loved ones because you're mandatory to kick in. You're mandatory to have your jefita. Let's forget. Let's not even focus on maybe your jefita's a little paisita. She's never been in that life. She don't want no part of that. She's always been on your case because you were involved in that in drugs. Nah, the Billy only cares she's coming up to see you a lot. So you're gonna make her bring me jale or that's your ass. That's BS. You get a package, you gotta kick me down. Well, wait, give me your package and I'll let you know what you could have. I mean, that's man, sorry I sound like this, but that's beyond following rules and regulation and being solid, being for a causa to better our gente, to maintain our gente strong, to make sure our gente don't ever get touched. You got this staccato ass individuals touching us over nothing, disrespecting our families, having us disrespect our families. Then where's the sureños at, man? Where's the causa sureña? Where's the campo soldado at, man? Come on, gente, even the expos, they get done dirty up and down, and for what? To allow them to keep getting high, or allow them to keep stealing money, pocketing it. Oh, but they care about their families, because they're putting their families through college, they're buying them houses, cars, and then for what? There's nothing there, man. And I'm not saying it for those, again, I'm against people, snitching, going PC. That ain't the answer, man. For those that are in that movement, in that life at the moment, handle your business, go fulls out, I hope you're one out of many that make it, This match is just for those thinking that life is cool, Open your eyes and see things of what they are, You want to be in a box doing 10, 15, 20 years life where you can't even have your family come visit you, or you're going to be put in a spot to do something or get get chopped up, or only given one option, which is to go to the PCR and deal with what's on that side of the fence. Just open your eyes and value what's out there, man. Value your family, value your freedom. You know, if you're in your hood, you're doing your thing. That's great, man. But grow up in the sense, Ain't nobody in your hood supposed to tell you anything because you find a hale, you find a wife, you start building your life, you know. And if they tell you something, then that's not your homeboy, period. Because a homeboy that been in the joint and knows how everything works to push another homeboy to live that life ain't your homeboy, man. He's trying to hurt you, period. All that thoughts that prison is a thing to do, it's not. I mean, look, by Sleepy going into committee and saying that he's not saying it in words, you know, but he's meaning, you know, I dropped out of the inmate, but he's still there. He's still calling shots. Is that what you want to follow? Is that what you want to dictate your life? I mean, just listen to the stories that are out there, you know, pay attention. That's it, you know.
Bueno, everybody, I appreciate every one of you. Do please stay true to yourself and loyal to your loved ones. God bless everybody. I send my love. Great day ahead.